Hello once again, audience. I'm Mathew Ofcarcik from Ofcarcik Film Studios.
And I'm Matt Gorman from Tundra Portal.
And welcome to another episode of Movie Madness. And welcome to 2015 is finally here. Matt, how was your holiday?
It was very well. How was yours?
It was pretty good. Spent a lot of time with family. Unfortunately, Christmas Day, I went to New Hampshire, and on the way back, because it was my grandparents, my mom, my girlfriend, and I, we got into a car accident on the highway. Everybody's fine. I was really shooken up. The car was drivable, but it was damaged. But that was the only downside to my holiday. Everything else was just great.
Yikes. That's bad. Are you okay, though?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everybody's fine. We hit a tree head on. Really quick, the story was we got lost, and I pulled up my GPS on my phone to help my grandfather, get to where he needed to be. So we had to get off the highway and then get back on it. So he was in the middle lane. He was going about 80, which I don't know why he was going 80. But he was in the middle lane, he was going 80, and I told him to take an exit, and he saw it too late, and he tried to make it, but he didn't make it, and because he was going 80, it was like one of those really sharp turns, and we ended up, I heard the tires screech, and then we were in this like little triangle patch that they have.
Yeah.
And at first I thought we were going to roll, but we didn't. We kind of kept swerving and went to the other side and hit a tree. And I was the most shooken up because I've never been in a car accident before. So, but everybody's fine. Barbara just got a little bump on the head. But thankfully we all made it home.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's okay.
Yeah, because that would have sucked to die on Christmas.
Yeah, that would have not been fun.
All right, but without further ado, let's get right into it. We got quite a show for you. Movie news. I almost thought we weren't going to have anything because there was nothing really relevant in recent news. But I looked earlier today, and it has been confirmed that this Tuesday we will be getting the first official Ant-Man trailer. Matt, what do you think about that?
I'm very excited. I'm a very big fan of all the superhero movies, and especially Marvel, and I liked the little teaser they had, the Ant-Man-sized Ant-Man movie trailer. Well, it's more like a teaser for a teaser, but I'm excited for the trailer that's going to come on Tuesday. You excited, Matt?
I am excited for Ant-Man. I feel like people are starting to get to me, because a lot of people are like, Ant-Man, I'm not really sure. And the one thing that really struck me was that, I went on IMDb, and I saw the new poster for it. And the poster looks cool until I looked down and I saw Ant-Man sitting on top of an ant. I thought that was a bit much.
Yeah.
But I'm always excited for new Marvel movies and Ant-Man. Like, I saw the little... well, everybody's probably seen the, little clips that they released. Not too long ago, they had, like, Marvel, like, building a universe or whatever. Meaning, like, how they went from, like, Iron Man, the first one, to where we are now. And they had a little clip of Ant-Man in there. And I think it's going to be great. And it's coming right after the Avengers, so we don't have to wait too long for it. But I really can't wait for the trailer. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, alright. Now that that's out of the way, random topic of the day. Matt, what do you got for us?
In 2014, the movie theater attendance was the lowest it's been in 20 years.
Really?
Yes.
That is okay. Yeah, all right. It shocked me at first, but now I understand because I work at a movie theater. Yeah, this was a horrible. Well, I shouldn't say horrible, but it wasn't a great year for movies. I've said this many times, and I'll say it again. Captain America: The Winter Soldier X-Men Days of Future Past, and I would even argue The Amazing Spider-Man 2, they all came out too early. Because everybody thought that Spider-Man 2, or The Amazing Spider-Man 2, it wasn't that great. It could have been better. It was entertaining, but it really, like, wasn't up to par. But even still, it made a lot of money. I don't know how much money, but they all came out too early. If they set the release dates during the summer, it would have been a more profitable summer. But yeah, like all the good stuff came out before summer hit, and then when summer hit, it was just dead. Like I remember all the summer it was just dead at the theater, same routine. They had minimal staff on because it wasn't that busy. So yeah, I would believe that this was the lowest. It's how many years? 20, did you say?
Yeah, and yeah, the 20 years, yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. What do you think about that?
I'm kind of sad. I mean, I'm a huge movie guy. I love going to movies, so I think it's really sad that people don't want that experience of going to an actual movie theater and sitting with a movie with an audience, especially on the big screen. You know, people just watch movies either on their TV or on their smartphones or smart devices. You know, it's kind of sad to think about. I mean, you know, there's nothing that could duplicate the movie-going experience than going to an actual theater. That's my opinion.
I agree with that. I also think it has to do with people not knowing enough about movies. Like, I can't tell you how many times people come into a theater on a daily basis not knowing what they want to see. They know they want to go to the movies. They don't know what they want to see. They don't know what movies are out or even what the movie's about. We have little binders at our theater that, you know, have the movies that we have out, have a little synopsis of the plot, the ratings, the runtime, all that. And, you know, people come up to me, is like, you know, have you seen The Hobbit? I'm just using The Hobbit as an example. I would hope a lot of people know what The Hobbit's about. But, you know, have you seen The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies? Well, yes, I have. He's like, what is it about? Is it any good? And I'm like, well, I thought it was very entertaining. It's the last in the Middle-earth saga from Peter Jackson. And then I just go on and tell him about it. And I think that was a big problem this summer is that a lot of, you know, kind of movies that really didn't get the promotion they needed or they just weren't, like, as, like, you know, like, anticipated. Like, I think the only movie we got this summer that was the most anticipated, but really it didn't do a whole lot, was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Either Rise, I think it's Dawn. I get them confused. Rise of the Planet, Dawn. I think it was Dawn.
It is.
All right. That was the only real, like, the most anticipated, but again, not the most busy time for the theater. So yeah, it is sad that revenue went down, but I think it's going to pick up again this year because let's do a head count. We've got 50 Shades of Grey, which I really hate to add to that list, but you know, the more it starts to come, because it's coming. What are we in January now? It's coming next month. So, and I know a lot of people, my girlfriend included, love the books, and they're like want to see the movie. So yeah, 50 Shades of Grey is coming, which I tell a lot of people that I will not be picking up any napkins or tissues that I find in that theater. So 50 Shades of Grey, we've got Avengers: Age of Ultron, which is the most anticipated movie of this year.
Got SpongeBob.
Okay. What's that?
We got SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob. I cannot wait for SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. So we've got 50 Shades, SpongeBob, Avengers. We've got Jurassic World coming out. That's going to be pretty big. We've got the second to last Hunger Games.
We got Terminator.
Wait a minute. No, the last Hunger Games, actually.
Yeah, Part 2.
Mockingjay Part 2. Just a lot coming out. I'm trying to think of other things at the top of my head.
Terminator.
Yeah, Terminator will be pretty good. Yeah, so it's definitely going to pick up again this year, a lot. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, we had a rough year this year, or this summer at least. But yeah, I see us getting back up there this year. And even some things that, I haven't heard about yet, or I haven't seen any trailers or anything that just kind of... Because there are always those movies that just pop out of nowhere. It's like, oh, what is this? When did this... Like, recently, the movie Wild. We have that playing in the theater. I had no idea that thing even existed. Like, it just kind of...
Was that one with Reese Witherspoon, right?
Yeah, she, like, goes into the forest and, like, takes a really long walk, I guess. Yeah, I really don't know.
I saw the trailer like a week before it came out, and I said, oh, I never even heard of this movie.
Yeah, they just, like, pop out of nowhere. So, I'm sure, like, this year we're going to have movies that pop out of nowhere that might be big.
I think it also depends on, like, the following, like, of the movie itself. Like, I don't know if you heard of that movie called Wish I Was Here. That's the movie directed by Zach Braff. He only made it for a couple $1 million, and it was released in a few theaters. And I went to the Cinema World one in Lincoln because I really wanted to see that movie, so I drove to Rhode Island to see the movie, and, I liked the movie a lot, and not a lot of people knew about it. Like, people I talked to, like, oh, have you heard of this movie? They said no, because they haven't seen any commercials for it, so it's all about, how much money the movie industry, or, like, puts towards that movie and how much they market it. So, you see all the trailers everywhere and on Facebook and whatnot.
You definitely have to... It's definitely really tough when you have a budget, and you're like, okay, I want to make this movie, but I also have to think about marketing and promotions, and it's a real risk if you make a movie and you use most of your budget for it and you can't get much promotion or marketing out there. You have to rely on word of mouth, and that's a big risk. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't, but yeah, like, Wild is doing fairly decent, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked at Rotten Tomatoes or anything, but, like, it just popped up and a lot of people want to go see it. So, yeah, like, it does work. But, yeah, I think it's really going to pick up this year.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of good books coming out.
And then, next year... it's going to pick up some more because we've got, next year's 2016, we've got Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
We've also got some new Avengers coming out next year as well. Or not not Avengers, but like Marvel.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, we got Doctor Strange coming. So yeah, especially with the DC and Marvel lineups that are coming. Like, Marvel just gave us their entire lineup up until 2020. So, we know that those are going to be big. It also depends on when they have them come out. Like, Avengers is coming out in May. That's right smack dab in the middle. That's the perfect time to release a movie. So, yeah, it's going to pick up. Alright. Item 3, trailer breakdown. Alright. Today we're going to talk about the trailer for the movie coming out soon called Get Hard, starring Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. Matt, why don't you go first on this one?
Sure. The trailer begins, where you see Will Ferrell. He's this multi-millionaire, and it looks like he really doesn't care about any other people but himself, and it's set up in a funny way where you see him walking around his mansion. He's like he's fully naked, and you see like the garden workers looking at him with a funny face. Then you switch to Kevin Hart, like, cleaning a car, and it looks like he's not making that much money. And I thought it was funny how in the trailer you can see they're making a joke about how short he is because he keeps jumping up, trying to look at the top of the car, like pointing clean there. And then eventually the police come and they arrest Will Ferrell for, I think, counterfeit or something he must have done. So he's going to go to jail. So he asks Kevin Hart's character what he should do when he goes to prison and how to survive, because he's never been to prison before. So we see these funny events of Kevin Hart training Will Ferrell of how to, like, train and buff up for jail, and I thought it was funny. What do you think, or what are your thoughts on it, Matt?
Here are my thoughts. First of all, I love Kevin Hart. I think he's the funniest man on the planet, or at least one of them. With that said, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like ever since his comedy special movie came out, Let Me Explain, I feel he's been in a lot in his career. He's at the peak of his career, which, good for him. I'm happy for him. But I feel like they're just using him for the same stuff, like the very comedic role. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Kevin Hart in a serious role. I don't know if he could pull it off, but I just feel like they're using him too much and kind of shoving him down our throats. Like, oh, watch our movie. It's got Kevin Hart, funny man, in it. And it's like, all right, calm down. But yeah, like, I think he looks really funny in this. With that said, like, my favorite part is when he's jumping up and, like, he's behind the car and you see him jumping up and down. 2, or B, I don't know if I used a number or letter. I hate Will Ferrell. I'm sorry for those of you out there who love Will Ferrell. My girlfriend loves Will Ferrell, especially in Elf, and I can't stand Elf. I hate that movie.
Like Elf.
I hate that movie.
Oh, I like that movie.
I don't like Will Ferrell. I don't think he's funny. The only movie I really like with him in it is The Other Guys, and I really don't like him in it. I understand his character and how he and Mark Wahlberg have to clash because of their different personalities, but I feel like Will Ferrell thinks he's the funniest man in the world when he's really not. I just don't like Will Ferrell. I could give you a laundry list of... I don't like his hair. I love the Lego Movie. He is my least favorite character in the Lego Movie. Not because he plays the antagonist, but because it's Will Ferrell.
Oh man, I like Will Ferrell.
I don't like him. Like, I could give you a laundry list, and some people are like, well, you like him for, like, small reasons. Well, that's all I need to not like him.
I think he's pretty funny.
I'm a guy who, I really don't nitpick that much. Like, a lot of critics will say, oh, this movie, like, what's I just read today, The Women in Black 2, that just came out, and critics are already saying, it looks great, but it lacks in scares. If I were to go to the theater right now and watch The Women in Black 2, I'd probably piss myself because I'm easily scared and I love that stuff. So, like, and I would be entertained, so I'm not overly critical. But when it comes to Will Ferrell, the small things matter to me. But that's my opinion.
I think it looks funny. I like Will Ferrell, so I think his character will be great. And man, I guess since you don't like him, you probably won't like it as much. But I have high hopes for, because I like both Anchormans. I love Will Ferrell and Anchorman. That's one of my favorite roles of him, or one of my favorite roles that he plays.
Like, it's so funny because I've never seen either of the Anchormans, and there are actors in there who I really love. Like, oh my god, I just had a brain fart. Gru from Despicable Me.
Oh, Steve Carell?
Steve Carell, yeah. I love Steve Carell. Paul Rudd's in that, right?
Yes, Paul Rudd is in that.
I like Paul Rudd. I know that Harrison Ford was in Anchorman 2. I don't know about Anchorman 1.
No, he was just in the second one.
Yeah, like, I like all these actors, but I won't watch them specifically for the fact that Will Ferrell is the main character and the main actor, and I just don't...
I think you should give him a chance. Just give him a chance.
I'm gonna go see Get Smart, or Get Smart. I'm gonna go see Get Hard, and I'm probably gonna laugh at, like, everything Kevin Hart does, and I'm probably going to get annoyed with everything Will Ferrell does, because he does the same shtick every time. Like, whenever he's yelling or he's riled up, he always, like, overanalyzes what he says. Like, that shot where Kevin Hart sprays him with the pepper spray, he's like, instead of just, like, yelling and being on the ground, he's like, oh, I'm learning so much right now. He does the same thing in, like, every movie. Like, he has to shout what he's thinking or what he's feeling. He does the same shtick.
I think he does it. I think he does it pretty well. I thought it was funny when he said that. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I know you're, like, cringing right now, Matt, but
I am. Like, I don't even have my camera on this time for you to see me. But yes, I'm cringing. If there's one actor who I hate the most in this world, it's got to be Will Ferrell.
I liked Elf. I'll just say that I liked Elf a lot. I thought it was a cute movie, and I thought Will Ferrell was great. I'll just keep it at that.
I. It was so funny because, strangely enough, my girlfriend didn't have the Elf on DVD, and I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I'm like, hey, why don't I buy it for her for Christmas? Stupid idea. And then one day, we were like, hey, let's open one present early because we got a lot of presents for each other. We kind of overdid it this year. So we kind of like, once in a blue moon, we're like, hey, you know what? Let's just open one present, Or I would give something to her early, and she's like, well, I got to give you something now. And I'm like, no, you don't have to, and you know how it goes. But she likes Winnie the Pooh, so I wrapped her presents in, Winnie the Pooh paper. I don't know what happened, but she picks up one of the DVDs, because I got her a lot of DVDs, and she knew. She didn't know what they were, but she knew they were DVDs. She opens it, she's like, got this huge smile on her face, and she's like, oh my god! And I'm like, what is it? She turns and it's Elf. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Of all the DVDs I got you, she's like, let's watch it. I wanted to gouge my eyes out. That's how much I hate Will Ferrell. And I'm like, of all the DVDs you could have picked, you picked that one? She's like, I guess it was a nice picture of Winnie the Pooh on it. She's like, Winnie the Pooh was talking to me. Yeah, oh my god.
It's a little harsh, don't you think, gouging somebody's eyes out? I mean, come on.
I could go on and on, but let's move on. I'm tired of Will Ferrell.
Okay.
So that's Get Hard. All right, number 4, viewed and reviewed. The movie we're going to be talking about for this one is Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. Matt hasn't seen this yet. I went and saw it with my girlfriend. What day was it? It was, I think, the Friday. Yeah, Friday after Christmas. We went and saw it. I really liked it. I think it's a great closing movie for the Night at the Museum franchise. I thought a lot of people are saying, it's not really up to par, but I thought it was perfect. Like, it felt like Night at the Museum. They go to a different museum. There's different things, and it's always fun to see, what these different, like, you go to a museum, you see all this, I don't want to say fake, but stuff that's not alive, or maybe just like, I don't know, like statues or whatever, and you don't even think about it. But if you go there and you see, like, some of these statues don't have, like, legs or arms, like, how would they, function coming to life? So it was really fun to see that dynamic. They go to the British Museum, which, I read this online and I kind of agree with it. The only figure from British history that they could think to conjure up was Sir Lancelot. And that's it. And he's not even really, he plays an antagonistic role, but he's not an antagonist. Whereas in the first one, the antagonists were the 3 older knight guards. And in the second one, the antagonist was Common Raw. The only real antagonist we have is the golden tablet, Akhman Ra's tablet, because it's dying, it's losing power. And I thought they could have had, like, more of an antagonist in there, like somebody really evil who just won't give up to try and stop them. But with that aside, I thought it was a great closing. It's definitely got a little more serious, not serious, but like emotional message towards the end. Try not to give anything away, but like I cried. Let's put it that way. And I think it's a great closing. I think it ties up everything. And shout out to Mickey Rooney and Robin Williams, who passed away this past year. Both of them were great actors. I love them both. Robin Williams especially, he was my man. It's really sad and unfortunate. And they do it's so funny because whenever I go into the theater to clean it at work and that movie's playing and it's the end credits, it says, in loving memory of Mickey Rooney and for Robin Williams, and then under that it says Magic Never Ends. And every time I see it, I start tearing up because it's so sad because they were both great and I loved Robin Williams, and it's just it's his last movie. So I think, because it's his last movie, I don't care if it's good or not. You have to go see it because to show some love for both Mickey Rooney and Robin Williams.
Yeah, that's like the main reason why I wanted to go see it, just because, I loved Robin Williams and Mickey Rooney. They're both one of my favorite actors, They're they've been in so many movies, and they're both so inspiring. I mean, you look at Mickey Rooney's movies, he's been in so many classics. And
oh, yeah.
Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting, all these good films, and, he just, even in real life, they're great people.
I remember somebody saying that Robin Williams would go out of his way to make you feel better or just feel good, make you laugh and make you feel good, without any care of how he's feeling. Like, he could be down in the dumps. He could be, really depressed, but he would go out of his way to make sure you weren't. And that was just so admiring when I heard that. And a lot of love to those guys. We're going to miss them. But, Night at the Museum 3, it's a good watch. I'll agree. It's not the best out of the three, but it's definitely the best closer. Try not to give anything away.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it. I definitely want to see it in theaters. Maybe I'll convince, somebody to see it with me or something, or I'll just go see it eventually by myself, or just see it soon. I'll definitely see it soon. I want to see it.
Yeah. Alright, next item is Topic Attack. For those of you who don't know, this is the segment of our show where Matt and I have a random topic that we're going to ask the person. And we don't know what the other one has to ask us. So in less than a minute, we have to give all our thoughts on that topic. Although, Matt, for you, I've got a little bit of a twist for this topic. So I don't know if you want to ask me first or if you want me to ask you first.
I guess I'll ask you first so you can give it a twist after and, save the best for the rest, I guess.
Okay.
You want me to start asking me the question?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. This one's simple. Do you have a New Year's movie resolution for 2015? Either see more movies or just anything about movies in general?
I definitely, yes, see more movies. That is because I've been slacking on that. I definitely want to see more movies. I know there was a time when I started working at the theater where every movie we had, I saw it. And I kind of want to get back up to that status. In terms of making movies, I do want to do a lot more with my channels and stuff like that. So basically for this year for movies, I want to do more. I want to watch more. I want to do more. And I just want to get more involved with filmmaking and films. And that's actually, I was thinking about that as not really a revolution, but I thought about it as what I want to do this year.
I like it, yeah.
What was my time?
45 seconds, I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's your movie New Year's resolution?
Go to the theater as much as I can. Even if I can't go with friends, I'll go by myself. And because there's a lot of movies coming out in 2015. I mean, even at the end of 2014, there's a lot of them. But maybe I can catch them either in January or February. And even if I have to go to a second-run movie theater and see them much later, I definitely want to. Because, like I said earlier in this podcast, there's nothing like the movie-going experience. And even movies that aren't in theaters, there's a lot of movies like Apocalypse Now. There's a lot of classic movies I still have to see. I've been writing reviews on a website called Letterboxd.com, and I just want to keep watching movies, reviewing movies, and like you said about your channel, I want to start doing more stuff on my channel as well. Making short movies and just doing stuff, and just in the movie making experience, and just doing stuff and being more active movie wise.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's no fun to go to the movies by yourself. Yeah, it's fun to go with your friends and have that experience with them. But if you really want to see a movie, don't wait for your friends. Go see it by yourself. I go to movies by myself all the time.
Yeah, I will say one of my best experiences with the movie was by myself. I saw Gravity in 3D because none of my other friends wanted to go see it, and it was a blast. I saw it in the morning, so there wasn't a lot of people there. I think it was like a Friday morning, like a month after it came out. And obviously, Gravity in 3D was amazing. The 3D effects were amazing. Seeing the movie in 3D itself was amazing, and you know, especially if you're not with a friend that's chatty and stuff like that, and just enjoy the movie. You don't have to.
Don't even get me started on chatty people. Don't even get me started. But yeah, like I think a lot of people think, oh, they're gonna look so silly being at the movies alone. I cannot tell you how many people go by themselves to go see a movie. You're not the only one.
Yeah. The movie going experience though is definitely something worth mentioning. And if you haven't gone, if you're somebody listening to this and you haven't gone to the theater often, you should definitely give it a chance. Even like earlier, when you said about how 2014 was the lowest amount. I mean, I know it's expensive to go to the movies. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why my friends don't want to go a lot, and I agree with them because it is expensive. But I would say, look for like maybe a Tuesday because I know movies are cheaper on Tuesdays or. If like I said in the earlier podcast, that movie pass where you can pay like $30 a month to see unlimited movies. I mean, if you go to the movies a lot and say you want to see a movie in 3D, like you see all movies in 3D or see a lot of movies in either a premium experience format, you can pay $30 a month and you see a lot of movies. You don't have to pay any fees or anything. You just see as many movies as you want, and yeah.
I know, like, that is like an incredible idea, that movie pass thing, because if I wasn't working at a theater and I didn't already get free movies and I had that movie pass, I would go on a movie binge every week, like one day a week. I would go like for the whole day and just watch movies, movie after movie after movie.
Yeah, but the only problem is it's not your theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for your topic attack?
Yes, I am.
All right, now I'm switching it up a little bit. This New Year's Eve, my mom and my girlfriend decided that we were going to have a Middle Earth marathon. What that meant was we watched The Lord of the Rings, all the Lord of the Rings and the first two Hobbits back to back. It was a really long journey, but we made it. And I'm just in a very Lord of the Rings, Hobbit-y kind of mood. So, for you, Matt, I want you to name all 13 dwarves from the Hobbits as fast as you can. Go.
I need a second.
Don't look it up.
Bilford? No, I'm not looking it up. I'm just trying to filter off Thorn. Man, this is gonna stop me. Filter Buffer. I'm remembering it. Gandalf saying it from the trailer. That's how I remember it. Because they don't say their names too often, so I just gotta. Thorn. I said Thorn. Oh my god, sorry, this is really stumping me. I don't even know how many August there are. Was it 12 or 13?
It's 13.
I can't do this, I'm sorry.
Are you giving up?
I'm not giving up. Let me think. Alright, there's Nori. Oh, Feely, Dory, I said Buffer. Oh, Gloin. I said Thorin many times. I said Feely. Oh, Keely, his brothers, Feely and Keely, Ori, Bilfer, Bumber. Oh, what, Balin, so the old one, I think, and Oin. I don't know, I'm way over a minute. But I don't know. I hope I got them all.
All right. Minute and 31 seconds. I'll have to re-listen to this and see and try to mark off all the ones you named. I don't think you got all 13. But, Keely, Feely, Oin, Gloin, Dwalin, Balin, Biffer, Buffer, Bumper, Dory, Nori, Ori, and Thorin.
Yeah, when I'm put on the spot, I usually mess things up.
That was a good one. I like that. I like, you weren't prepared.
I know. I was like,
Oh no! All right, we've come to the show for mailbag and tweets. I checked the Twitter feed, and I don't think we got anything.
no.
That's okay. It's a new year. Here's a New Year's revolution that I want for the show. I want to make the show bigger, better. I want to get a better audience. I know we have, some audience out there. They're just not participating. But guys, please send us your questions, your comments. Maybe we'll start to think about like maybe a weekly question. Like we'll ask you a question that you can ponder for the week, and then you can tweet us or send us. I don't even know if we have an email set up, but pretty much tweet us, and we will. We will mention you in the next show. If you guys want to, what's that?
There's also the Facebook page if they just want to post a question on Facebook.
Yeah, we got the Facebook page. Matt, I'll have Matt put the links for both Twitter and Facebook in the description below. I hear someone's alarm in the next room going off, so let's wrap this up. So yeah, send us a tweet, and we'll mention you in the next episode. Last thing, announcements. Really big announcement. For Christmas, I got a Wii. And I'm really happy. I love it very much. My girlfriend and I have been playing Mario Kart a lot. So I know I just started on my Ofcarcik Film Studios channel The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers for the PS2. I'm still working on that. And then I'm going to have some Wii games I'm going to throw up in there because the wires match the game card thing that I have. I forget what it's called. But the way I record the game, the Wii wires match that wire, so I can just plug it right in and go. So expect stuff like that. I'm going to be doing... One of the ones I'm going to be doing is Call of Duty World at War. I know there's probably hundreds of Let's Plays, whether it be Wii or a different console on the internet, but I have never played Call of Duty in my life, and I'm probably going to suck. And I want to share that suckage with you guys. So...
I would like to say on a side note, there's really cool YouTube videos. If you look at video games being played at movie theaters, I guess you can actually rent out to play video games in certain like small movie theaters. And they have videos on YouTube of people going to a screen and hooking up, I guess, to a projector or well, like a PS3 or something to the cinema projector, and they play like Mario Kart 64 on the projector, and they have like wireless GameCube controllers, and they're playing Mario Kart on a big screen, and I think it's great.
That would be awesome. I know I have heard of that. I've never actually seen it happen, but I would love to be a participant in one of those. So yeah, like...
If your theater can do that, you should ask.
Yeah. So yeah, expect new Wii Let's Plays coming up. It's going to definitely make things more interesting with a Wii remote rather than a controller. I am going to be getting like... the special modifications for the Wii, like the little, I forget what it's called, like the shocker or whatever it's called. Like, it acts like a gun.
Oh, the zapper?
Yeah, the zapper for Call of Duty. I'm going to be getting the steering wheels for Mario Kart. And I'm going to be getting other things as well. So look forward to that. Matt, do you have anything coming on your channel?
Nope, but my foot fell asleep.
Alright, I think that means it's time to end it, so Matt can go wake up his foot. Well, that's all for this episode of Movie Madness. Welcome to the new year and to a brand new Movie Madness. We are going to make it, over the year gradually bigger and better, and hopefully more entertaining for you guys. That's it. That's all for this episode of Movie Madness. I'm Mathew Ofcarcik.
I'm Matt Corbin.
And we will see you next time. And cut. Hey guys, Mathew Ofcarcik here, and welcome to... Movie Madness Episode 5, Easter Egg. Basically, sometimes I'll throw in an Easter egg, because what I do, let me set this up real quick. What I do, before I send the track over to Matt, because I record the audio, and he puts the video and the pictures together and puts it up on his page. So, what I do before I send him the audio track is I will go through it, the entire episode, to make sure there's no mistakes, or maybe to, do some quick little editing. And when we were doing Topic Attack, my topic for him was, as fast as he could, name the 13 dwarves from The Hobbit. And he just took a lot of pauses and said a lot of names a couple of times. And I did mention that I would go back and listen to see who he got. And to my surprise, he got all of them but one. He forgot Dwalin. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, he actually did pretty good. Unless you guys were already with pen and paper writing it down, and you already know, in which case this is now irrelevant. But, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that he actually, I didn't think he got them all. Well, he didn't, but I thought he did worse than that, which is, I'm not putting so much faith in my friend, I guess, but, yeah, he got Keely, Feely, Oin, Gloin, Balin, Biffer, Boffer, Bumper, Dory, Nori, Ori, and Thorin. Thorin multiple times, but all he forgot was Dwalin. Which is kind of sad, because Dwalin's pretty badass. But that's all I'm going to say in the matter. Thank you for listening to this Easter egg, and have yourselves a great week, and we will see you next week. And cut. By the way, real quick, and cut is, I'm trying that out. It's going to be my new catchphrase. A lot of people have catchphrases for videos like this, so I'm going to try and cut. That means bye, we're stopping, I don't know. Tweet us or put in the comment box whether you like my new catchphrase, or if I'm copying somebody. I don't know. I don't watch... I do watch videos on YouTube, but I'm not like all over YouTube watching everybody, so I don't know if anybody's using that. I don't think so, but if I am, let me know, and if I'm not, let me know if you like it. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week. And cut.